What is up, everyone? Sean here, and today in this special video I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys personally about a certain console that's about to pretty much die away, unfortunately, with the Nintendo Switch coming up pretty much a week away as I record this video. It's coming up soon and I'm really excited for it, but I wanted to take some time to sit down and help us remember the Nintendo Wii U, of what it did, what it was supposed to be, and all that stuff, and all the pros and cons about the console. So the Nintendo Wii U was supposed to be a successor for the Nintendo Wii, which was much more successful than this guy right here, and the sales just blew away a lot of the consoles in the past, and the Nintendo Wii was a major success in a way, but it did leave a sour taste on certain people or certain groups, especially with third-party developers. On Nintendo's fault, they pretty much kind of shoved them off in a way, and they really wanted to push motion controls as the standard set of controls for gaming, but over time, motion controls kind of just grew old. People kind of gotten tired and really wanted traditional gaming to be the forefront of gaming, really. But for what it was, I think it was a pretty neat console. The main concept of this guy that was supposed to get across was the fact that you were supposed to able to play it off from the TV, and you can play it anywhere in a house or something like that, while your parents, let's just say, are watching TV, and of course you can't play it on that TV. But with this, you're supposed to be able to play games on here to continue your progress or whatever. But the Wii U wasn't able to do that. I barely was able to play this from my room, and while the Wii U was the console itself was in the living room. So I barely was able to even bring this to the next room. So unfortunately, the main concept wasn't even well done. That was, one flaw right there. And another flaw was, of course, the marketing. I think everyone knows by now, especially for Nintendo fans, that the Wii U failed miserably in the marketing. Nintendo decided to let the product market itself onto gaming, and it just backfired so hard, unfortunately. A lot of people, especially the casuals who bought the Wii in the first place, thought it was just an add-on, and people kind of just shoved it off as just an accessory, and people didn't really know what the Wii was supposed to be, and of course it was supposed to be a brand new console with added power and additional features and stuff like that. It was just a brand spanking new console, but unfortunately the Wii U name was in actuality a weakness. It held back its success, and just overall people just didn't buy this thing because of that. Marketing was bad, the name, and several other things, but definitely those I mentioned were some of the biggest reasons why the Wii U is considered overall a failure, in my opinion. The sales were pretty low comparing to the other consoles like the PS4 and Xbox One. I think overall, altogether to this day, is about 500,000, like barely a million, maybe. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I haven't really checked on the numbers as of late, but it definitely did not do well in Japan, unfortunately, because in Japan it's a very much more mobile culture, as I kind of mentioned from my Switch video, and it's much more towards Americans who actually tend to love these consoles more. But this handheld concept was kind of there, but again, it just wasn't done well. But with all that said, I mean, I'm definitely am leaving out some of the other negatives. Oh well, of course, the graphical power wasn't as much as the PS4 and Xbox One, of course. So that made other developers kind of hold back and hesitate on whether they should develop their games or not. Not to mention the motion controls were still the standard for this console, unfortunately. And again, we were kind of just like gotten tired of it by that point. Even myself, who had a lot of fun with these party games and stuff like that, that had all these motion controls and all that fun stuff. But having that as the main part for all the AAA titles was not a great thing. I really wanted traditional controls for a lot of the games that should have come out in a different way, especially with like Star Fox Zero. Even though it was pretty much a remake of Star Fox 64, it could have been a lot better because the fact that traditional controls weren't there as an option. It was pretty much me doing this as the main control, which pretty much was a failure. It did not do well in ratings and stuff like that. And there are of course other games that kind of fall apart as well, such as Mario Party 10 and more. But there are some games that are worth mentioning, such as Bayonetta 2, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart 8, and of course Xenoblade Chronicles X, and of course Breath of the Wild. I'm sure it's gonna run well enough on here. But that's pretty much the last game for the Wii U, is last hurrah. And overall, I mean, even with the games that are really, really good on here, of course, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, got to mention that. There are other games that brought a lot of disappointments other than Star Fox Zero, such as Paper Mario, or gosh, what was it? Mario Tennis. And I'm pretty sure I'm leaving out some of the most disappointing titles on the Wii U. But point being, there were a good number of good titles and a good number of disappointing titles, and a good number of titles that should have been on here but aren't. Especially Metroid, Animal Crossing, a true Animal Crossing game, I mean, and leaving out fucking Amiibo Festival altogether, because that's not the Animal Crossing game that I personally wanted. And of course, we didn't even see any Pokemon console game on here other than Pokken, which also was a disappointment personally for me. Yeah, just again, it's just got the short end of the stick overall in the console quote unquote wars, or just console marketing altogether. But with all that said, I'm sure I'm leaving out some of a lot of the flaws for the Wii U, but there are good things I must say about the Wii U. Of course, love the games, but there are things that are kind of outside that. And the Wii U was the console that brought myself and other people that I feel like we're incredibly good friends, and myself, Gamma, Quiet, Zawalari, and of course there are many more. This console brought us together, and especially of course the four of us have formed a brand new podcast crew, the Hypecast, and that really made things good for the Wii U. Personally, for me, it definitely did its job of bringing people together in a way. And to this day, we still talk to each other. And of course, we're good friends. Myself and Andrew Gamma are doing the Tokyo Mirage playthrough, which is another game I actually have fun overall. But there are some things that kind of hold it back from being a solid JRPG title. Again, this is a very niche console with which has a lot of diamonds in the rough kind of games that people aren't going to know about because of the console, because of the genres that are already niche. This is definitely going to be buried under once the Switch comes out, unfortunately. But again, it did a lot of good things, including bringing myself and the people I mentioned together. And we've been an incredible group of friends ever since. So yeah, it brought a friendship together. You know, not mean to be cheesy or anything like that, but that's definitely something I would definitely cherish with this console, and I would not try to sell this away. I would try to hold on to this to the very end, till the end of my days. This console right here definitely is something to remember for that. Also, this console helped, kept the We Have Fun series going. We, we're able to make over 350 episodes now, thanks to the not only the Wii and some of the other games, but definitely this. This definitely had games that definitely brought in the views and stuff like that. And you know what? With that, I'm actually really happy with that. Overall, with this console. Personally, for me, I have a lot of fun with this console. And because of all those memories, and it's been a fun ride. Definitely, there are some good things, but unfortunately, a lot of the major flaws kind of hold it back from being that solid console that Nintendo wanted to bring out. But I believe the Switch will do that. It will help them pretty much make a solid, strong comeback. Not right away, but over time, I believe, because there are some pretty promising titles like Breath of the Wild being its first launch title. Not completely true exclusive because it's coming out on the Wii U as well, but nonetheless, it is coming out on the Switch. I will get it on the Switch. Really want to get my hands on that, but we gotta remember what the Wii U did, what the Wii U was, and why the Wii U was considered a failure. So that way, people won't make the same mistakes. And it looks like Nintendo is learning, but there are still some questionable Nintendo things that Nintendo still does, such as monetizing or third party claiming a lot of the YouTube videos that have their stuff in it. A lot of the the online experience is also another questionable thing. Although we don't know how much it is, it's still gonna be in beta mode pretty much, and they're gonna test it out, and I think they'll reveal the price kind of soonish after the Switch launches. But we'll have to see about that. But anyways, overall, the Wii U did its job, in my opinion, of bringing people together, and we had a lot of fun with it. And there are people who are gonna be asking, is this the last time I'm going to be making a video on the Wii U? Absolutely not. There are games that we go back on, and there are, even when the Wii U was out, we were still playing games on the Wii to play certain games. So, when the Switch comes out, we'll still be playing the stuff on the Wii U just because it's it's got its fair share of fun games for us to have fun with, and but nonetheless, as a console on the market, it is pretty much dead. With Breath of the Wild being its last breath, funny enough, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all I have to say about the Wii U. It was a great console for what it was. Unfortunately, the marketing and stuff like that kind of held it back, and but also it did some incredibly good things for me personally. Having old friends come over and have fun with it. But not only that, I was able to make new friends because of the Wii U. So, I don't know. That's something for me to really think about with the Wii U. I will never, ever forget that. So, well, anyways, before I get too sentimental about the Wii U and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you have any comments about the Wii U, what you think of the console, and all that fun stuff, leave me down below, and I'd love to read them. And don't forget to hit the subscription button and also the bell next to it, so that way you know when I upload videos, and definitely when I upload the Switch videos. So I would love to start doing that, doing unboxing, all that fun stuff, review it, talk about it, podcast it, all that fun stuff. Really can't wait. And the Wii U will definitely will get a proper rest and break. We'll definitely come back to it, but can't say when. And you know, who knows? Who knows what the Switch will have to offer? Hopefully, it will have its own fair share of games, but hopefully, it will stay on the market for a much longer time. And I believe it will. It will, because what it's doing. It's bringing both the handheld market and the console market together, so that way Americans will love it, but also the Japanese and other mobile culture countries will be able to enjoy it as well. So, best of both worlds, but hopefully the games will be delivered. The solid games and the games that we were asking for, you know, especially with Animal Crossing, Metroid, F-Zero, all that fun stuff. And of course, Smash is an inevitable thing, so we don't really have to ask for it, right? But it's definitely something to keep in mind, and you know, all that fun stuff. But anyways, this is about the Wii U, and that's pretty much it. So, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Probably the Switch, and hopefully you guys are able to get yourselves a Switch as soon as you can, because it's Nintendo. I love Nintendo, and I really want Nintendo to continue. So, but we'll see. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean out.